Welcome to Keeping in Character. I'm Sam, I'm your DM, and this is episode 2. Name will be incoming as soon as we're done with the thing. We don't know what's going to happen yet. Well, I know what's going to happen.
I hope you know.
Kind of.
That's what you think.
He doesn't.
We'll
even
see.
know.
There's a lot more
It's
improv
all
and
crazy.
DMing than
You want us to go
a lot
left,
of people
we'll go
realize.
right.
So,
True story.
last week we recorded on Saturday, streamed on Sunday, and then on Monday put up our show onto YouTube. It took a little bit longer than I would have liked, but that's how it goes.
We took a rest.
This week we'll also be putting stuff up on hopefully Spotify and Apple Podcast. But technology, so I've got to make sure I
Making
know
big
how that all
waves.
works. But at the very least, we will have on Monday, our YouTube channel will have this on there. And for all of you watching on Sunday, you can rewatch this whenever you like.
And for those of you watching on Monday, it's like real time
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
because it could be on there right now.
Oh
Yeah, I think it even has like a premiere thing, so it'll just play with everybody. You can talk to
Do we
people.
get like the music too? Dun, 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 dun.
I mean, we could. That's something I could add in.
Skylights.
Yep.
Sweet.
All right, so as kind of a recap, because it was so individualized, we're going to start with Jeremy, because that's what we started with last week, and to kind of go over what happened in a broad sense, because I'm sure that everyone had forgotten by the week was over.
All right, so
Alright.
the last episode, Jeremy started us off with in her little village, minding her own business until it wasn't so okay anymore. And her village got ransacked, and Jeremy ended up taking off into the woods.
And
And-
screamed the name of the next episode the entire time.
How about some more crimes?
Poor job.
And Rybos, as a member of the Landwirter, was on a mission with his master Isgalin to assure safety of the area for the incoming heir to the Brinthwillen. I'm not sure if I got that quite correct
Brintwilith.
yet.
Brintwilith.
Brintwilith, yes.
Trust me,
Brintwilith.
I have a hard time with my own names that I put in. That was the whole, I don't know.
So that heir, being the Prince Regent, was coming to the area, which we were at Keep Quirwabin. I gotta really practice these before the session.
I think I even put a pronunciation.
You
in
did,
there,
and
'cause
I
was
have
like,
them
just
written
in
out,
case.
but I'm flubbing today. So, after we explored some of the underground passages and assured they were safe, we reported back to Count Walgreef, and Rybos expressed his distaste for the Count.
He's not that
He
bad
was
of
not
a guy.
pleased.
Nah, he's not really a big fan of those just because they have titles and money.
So,
You're
Shkaba.
right. Shkaba.
Am
He.
I saying it wrong still? Is that?
I think he's doing it to fuck with us at this point.
Yeah, there you go.
Shkaba.
He
Shkaba.
just said
pronounced
that.
Canada.
Shka-
Was
Shkaba.
that one commercial?
Well, no,
Shkaba.
it's just pronouncing the A two different ways because
Ah,
the
right.
English language is
Yep, yep.
weird.
Yep. Oh, absolutely. All right. So, however you pronounce bird.
But no, I mean it works out both ways because
Perfect.
it's still spelled the same. but-
It's immersive because he's bird folk.
Yeah.
Running around in non-bird folk land.
Yeah, you're just saying it in like a different bird tone with a different caw in it. There you go.
All right. So,
Skaba Birdman!
what was Shkaba doing?
He was he made a quick deal with Miss Pecan, met up with her in the tunnel, and then he headed over to the Flintspittle Tavern to go have a couple of drinks with Lucas, the owner, and then all of a sudden, basically got dragged into the mess of everything by this.
Whoa. Speeding up a little bit. Sunny,
Oh,
what
sorry.
was Sunny up to?
So,
I also ended up
By
at
this.
the Spittle Tavern and was able to coax Skaba into flying up to the roof and kind of looking out over to see what was going on, in which we thought there was some oddly incoming traffic that we weren't familiar with. And got kind of found out by the local guard to where he essentially just told us to go away, in which I hid in his pocket.
Oh.
And he allowed me to stay there, snuck me some booze, which was really nice. And I just stuck up there whittling away.
After seeing this approaching force and just kind of really going about trying to tell somebody, but then going about your regular old day, there was a little goblin fellow that came running through the town as well. That happened right
Right.
before that. As soon as Jeremy comes running through, screaming about war crimes
Sam
and
runs.
an attack on her people. And so he ran up to the keep in the upper ring, looking for the count to tell him about this terrible, terrible thing that goes against the Brentwillith Concord, which is the overarching government that goes over all of the different kingdoms and duchies and things of that nature. It's kind of the unifying doctrine, making sure that everyone stays in line with each other, and they can skirmish, but there's rules of engagement. And according to Jeremy, this was breached by this attack on citizens. It did not go so well for Jeremy. It more or less was blown off by the Count Walgriff, and he was a little irritated because he had a very important person coming into town, the heir of the throne of Brentwillith, and was not having a goblin in the vicinity when this the highest nobleman in the land besides the queen herself in his castle. And then a goblin also there was not acceptable to him.
Racist.
Yes. Rybos did not take kindly to this. Ysgala was irritated with Rybos's conduct, but it seemed to be effective because the heir actually came by and promised Jeremy some assistance. And then was promptly killed by some assassin in his room.
As
Me.
good people tend to be.
Wasn't
I
me.
mean, you know, that's why governments are all corrupt. 'Cause
Yeah,
they kill the good people. Anyway.
Not to get real politics into D&D politics, but here we go.
They're all the same.
So Jeremy and
Right.
Rybos saw this figure dashing off, and
Silver mask.
yes, had a silver mask on. That was really the biggest defining feature. And with Ysgalan kind of thinking things through and talking it out, she figured the escape tunnels are probably compromised, and they needed to find a different way out. Count Walgriff knew of a place. There was ran by a small gnomish woman named Bali Bican. Wow.
Bali Theora.
Yep, that's the one.
Pecan.
Yep, but nobody calls her that because you
Because
either
she
have
don't.
Bali, the nickname for Sunny, or Miss Pecan for everyone else. So he brought them down over to there, and Shkaba was presented with a moral dilemma: whether to take 1,000 gold and sell out these people with this dead body that they're carting around for some reason, or don't do that because that would be a dick. He chose
Yeah.
don't do that and let everyone know in on what the plan was, given to him by his comrade Kip Fisher, the halfling shifty fella.
Yeah, shitty fella.
So Miss Pecan allowed you to go into the ruins through her private escape tunnel in an alternative route to being attacked by these assassins. You haven't quite left yet, but you are preparing to go. There's two different routes. One goes a more obvious way, and then this other one off to the side, hidden behind some brambles. That's where she is showing you to. So that's where we'll start. So, as you are being shuffled that direction, Miss Pecan is kind of still playing up a little bit the crippled older woman vibe that she's been giving off, even though all of you at this point have seen her be spry.
Quite.
So as she hobbles forward over there, she goes, "Over there, down there. You just keep going all the way down. There are creatures, so be aware.
What kind of creatures?
The ones that you saw.
The stone men.
That's the one. Don't let them knock you down."
No,
J-
I
Jeremy
do the
believes
knocking.
they're not the talking type.
And carry a spare dagger if you don't have one.
Rybos checks himself. I'm good.
Huh?
Jeremy holds up her purple book that has the bronze and looks over at everybody and
Yeah, don't let them eat. Don't let them get near that. Not the statues, the other things. The writhing mass of alchemical liquid that. And then you hear a voice come around the corner. Shkaba, is that you? Kip comes running over. Hey, tunnel's this way. Come on, guys.
It's getting awfully crowded in here.
Yeah, no, you guys are going the wrong way. That's down to the ruins. This is the escape route. Come on. He goes running back.
I don't think anyone asked you.
He turns around and goes, "We're the smugglers getting you out, right, Shkaba? Right? Eh?
There was
Buddy?
no one requested your assistance,
You didn't have to.
and I'm not.
We just figured we'd help the count, you know." And then so the Count Walgar kind of looks around and goes, "Wasn't that the one that was looking to kill us?" Or
The
And then,
count is
Kip-
free
Kip,
to make his own decisions.
Kip kind of looks back at Shkaba and everyone else. He goes, "You know what? Never mind. That's fine." And just slowly takes a couple steps back and turns and takes off.
Well, he seemed nice.
I think he was in the wrong room.
I think he thought we were a mark.
Yes, I think that was it, yes.
That is what the Birdman had said. Yizgalin replies that this is the assassin to kill us when we go down that tunnel, which is why we're going down this way. So we should move.
Now, it seems that the one who just ran off would know that we are going the other way, so could they not just move the ambush? Should we,
I don't-
dispose of him?
What is...
I don't think he knows about the other
Hold on.
tunnels.
There are 6 of you. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yizgalin gets an arrow in the back of her shoulder, and she goes, "Ah! Run! Go!" And
Take off into the tunnel.
you hear tink, 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 tink. A bunch of arrows come flying by. Whoever was in those tunnels was obviously tipped off by Kip, who have now come around the corner to kill you.
I will shrink down and go right back into his pocket.
Just
There we go.
weirdly enough, she weighs the same. It's this your pocket's just like sagging straight down. Yeah, it doesn't say you shrink size. I mean, like
Yeah.
weight, I suppose.
Yep.
So yeah, it's a weird
God,
little
man.
Interesting.
quirk.
As they're running, Jeremy's gonna open the book and quickly get to a page and okay, Jeremy, okay, you can do this. May my words protect me from anything harmful. And the book kind of glows a little bit of a light green, and then just kind of fades out, and this it just poof, and Blade Ward just.
There you go. You do hear Miss McCann be like, "Less yapping, more moving," and she starts taking swipes
I've
at you
already
with
bolted
her little.
towards the alternate
thing.
route.
I'm gonna fly up to Miss McCann real quick. Hey, about that other daggers, did you have an extra one? 'Cause I didn't really use it.
She-
Hey, thanks! I'm gonna grab it and fly back into the pocket.
The dagger that she hands you is made of stone.
Oh,
Strangely enough.
nice.
And she goes. After she hands you that, she turns around the other direction, not down the tunnel that you guys are going into. You're just now getting into. It's a large opening, but then it slowly begins to kind of cramp down and seems to go off in different directions that are what you're guessing is false directions. Sunny, you know this area. Rybos, you've been here once. Shkaba, you have not been here. You were told specifically, do not come this direction or you'll die. And Jeremy, you don't know what any of this is.
I don't know.
Yizgalin ends up cracking off the arrow, and so not to pull it out, but just to break off the shaft, and is running with her sword out behind you guys, letting you run forward. Halfway, because she's kind of doesn't necessarily know where she's going. She knows where you guys went down far enough to get to a doorway, and
Yes.
opened the doorway slightly, and that was about it. Then came back up to the surface. Yizgalin doesn't know where she's going, and also there are enemies behind, so she is looking to protect all of you, especially Rybos, who is currently carrying the dead body of the heir. Miss Pecan doesn't seem to be following behind at all, and she goes, "Run, Cremini! Run!" and raises up a hand behind her, and a large stone wall shoots up, blocking off the exit. It is now pitch black. So who has dark vision?
Rybos.
1, 2.
Jeremy.
No for fairies, I think, and no for Eric. So you guys are blind. Can't see anything. Total darkness.
Híjole, this is exactly why I do stuff in the day.
So, you're contemplative.
No, because we hadn't discussed if my wings illuminate or not, if I choose to use them.
Just use her
Yes,
as a
but
light.
slightly. So it's not.
Okay.
It's like trying to see a cavern, and all you have is a candle.
Okay.
More, you could use it to barely read something if it was right in front of your
Okay.
face, but you wouldn't be able to see very far with it.
I'm still going to choose to not because I don't want to make myself a target.
Sure.
Thanks.
That makes sense. That would actually just make you more visible to enemies
Yeah.
rather than helping you out at all. But does anyone have a torch? And you can hear Walgriff kind of patting around on the walls.
Yes, I have a torch if we must.
Sorry,
No,
Jeremy
it's-
has no use for
If
such.
someone wants to fish in my backpack and grab the torch. And
This
flint
guy
and
comes over,
steel.
holding onto her shoulder, has the arm kind of down and is fishing around in there. What is Sunny and Shkaba doing while this is happening?
I'll crawl out of his pocket. Hey, you have anything back here? And I'll kind of just in and out of his pack. I assume you're wearing a pack of some sort, or you have side packs
Yeah, I've
of
got
things.
other little
Just
pockets.
digging through his things without consent.
Backpacks would definitely be problematic for an Aarakocra with
Yeah.
wings.
Right.
Yep. Same for you, and you're like, oh yeah,
Wings.
totally. Side pockets.
Yeah.
So, is there a torch there that she could find? And / do you allow Sunny to gallivant around? the
I
bushes?
for sure have no torch on me.
There you go.
But yeah, I can't really see anything. So I mean, every time she's moving, I'm patting to where she was at.
They're both searching your body for something that you know isn't there.
Come on, you gotta have one in here
Rebel,
somewhere.
she pulls one off and then finds her tinder as well and lights it off. Like,
Oh,
okay.
so
So
that's necessary?
I know. It's terrible. I don't even know why
Some
I
of
carry
us
those
cannot
damn
see.
things.
Oh.
I can, you can, Ribos can. I'm
I
assuming
cannot.
You cannot. Because you guys all saw them kind of like blundering around in the dark. Like,
Those who cannot see should carry their own torch.
Do you have another one?
she,
Yes,
Excuse
indeed.
me.
this guy hands it to you.
If you'd
Which
like
is
to get
you're
one
holding it
out
like
of-
it's like it's a club. You know what I mean? For
How about you carry
I'll just
this?
hold her up.
No,
there
perfect.
you go.
Watch the feathers.
A fleshy sconce.
This stone is thick. They should not be able to get through, but we are stuck. The only way out, she points down the cavern.
Is through,
Precisely.
as with all things.
Okay, well,
Oh,
Okay.
does Walgriff also have a torch on him? I think last time we were talking about he was.
He was carrying one through the town.
Yeah.
That's true.
So there are 2 torches currently, one in the front and one in the back.
Oh, fancy.
you guys go first.
Little fairy woman, we do not know where we are going.
Well, it only goes one way, so we should probably go that way.
Does it? Doesn't go more than.
Maybe. I
Okay.
don't know. I can't see very well.
She shrugs and be like,
If I-
everyone stay behind. Ribos, we must protect that at all costs. So,
Yes.
We need to do something appropriate with it before it begins to decay.
I know of, in theory, someone who can help.
Well, I follow your lead.
There's, as long as we get there within the next few days, 10 days.
That's a long time.
Yikes.
If I remember correctly, there was many passages in this area.
Most of them
how,
dead ends.
how are we going to know where to go?
Well, she said go through the doorway. So we'll go there, and from there we don't really have much information.
Very well.
I guess we're going to have to
She
guess, yeah.
pulls off her her long sword and starts creeping down the thing. Not necessarily sneaking, but walking cautiously.
What does this mean for Jeremy? I mean, they were supposed to bring people to my village that is in trouble, and now we're here in this cave. I don't think nobody's going, and he's dead.
Yazgalan has now walked off, so she hasn't really been responding. But Walgriff,
She started like talking to the group,
Right.
like
but Walgriff is like, the heir said that that he would help you. So if you help him, I'm sure he'd be able to do something. I know the Duchess would be over the moon if we solved this blunder.
Jeremy like.
So as long as I don't die, and we have his body, then we should be fine.
But as long as we have this body, we should be fine.
I mean, I would prefer
I would be
Stay
happy
alive.
to speak to the decree that the heir made if needed.
Oh, thank you, Rivos.
I still, if we can keep me alive, I'd be grateful.
I mean,
I
don't worry.
suppose
We're
some-
gonna try what we can, but you know, if you die, you
Okay.
die.
Jeremy can always use witnesses to the event.
Yeah, witnesses, exactly.
You know,
Let's,
it would be
let's
very,
go.
very helpful. You could carry this body.
You could carry me.
I'll go and
And
make
you
a
can carry
persuasion.
me.
Or intimidation,
you
depending
are.
on which route you want to go.
I think very much that me having
Use
my hands
persuasion.
free will do a better job of keeping you alive if that's truly what you want.
9.
Nat 20.
Hey, brutal. I'll go ahead and snap a
Intimidation.
photo of that. What is it, intimidation?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And
So 20
there was
23.
you guys all kind of caught an underlying, where Rivos wasn't talking about it, a monster killing him. You very heavily implied that Ribos himself would kill the Count just to be rid of him so they could get through the tunnel easier.
Damn.
Yep.
That's deep.
No, you're right. And he ends up taking the body and it just kind of buckles underneath the weight a little bit. He's like, no, it's fine, okay. And he's, has a kind of a fireman carry, but he's stooped and carrying a torch. And he's like, this is terribly uncomfortable. Do we have a rope?
Your posture now more matches your personality.
Let's just go. Okay.
Wow, babe.
Gee.
Begins walking down the hallway. He's
Man, into
slowed, so if you guys are looking to run somewhere, he will be moving 15 foot rather than 30.
Perfect. You don't have to outrun the bear.
Right. No. Although
Just gotta go
there,
back to the dead body.
Isgalin kind of looks behind and she is still walking, but it kind of slows up a little bit. And like, can we trust him to carry him?
Well,
Because
I think he cares more for that body than he cares for the rest of us.
if he gets left behind, then the body gets left behind.
And if it comes down to it, I'll go back and pick up one of the bodies.
And she just kind of shrugs because it's very important.
Jeremy really needs this deal to go through. So, what we can do? Yes, Rivos?
Yes. We'll make sure.
You
She
hold the
kind
torch for a
of turns around and is
Sure.
looking at everyone, be like, how many of you can carry a blade?
Jeremy Goblin, of course.
Just a little flippity
I
doo
pull out the dagger that she gave
Do you
me.
know how to use that little one?
Pointy end, yeah?
That's basically it.
All right.
I reach back and pull out my spear and
I know
twirl
you
it
know
around.
how.
Stop
She
it.
just waves you off.
Bang it against my shield a couple times.
Aerocroca. You.
Yeah, this thing's pretty cool, yeah.
Is it what is it, a rapier?
Yeah, it's a rapier. I like push
We are
down
fighting
on it.
something made of stone. So, do you have anything
I
think
bite the
would be
dagger.
work?
Clink. Stone on stone?
I suppose.
All right.
Jeremy is better at words. When the time comes, you see.
Are you saying my wooden spear will be of no use?
I don't know. It could be useful. It could be not. I'm not entirely sure.
We will see. I have other methods if necessary.
Yeah, I guess we're about to find out, yeah.
That's all we can do.
We all can survive.
Okay, let's
We're survivors.
let's go. Turns back around and starts marching down the hallway. Now this is
Okay.
this tunnel seems to be natural up until a certain point. Then it seems to almost close off, and then somebody bore a hole through it. Like it's perfectly round, straight down, but it almost has like it looks like it was sections were cut out of it, almost like this is gonna sound bad, but it's ribbed, you know, as it goes down. So there's it's easier to walk. This seems to be something that Miss Bacan has made specifically to get down to this area. It doesn't go for too far before it hits a large stone block building embedded into the ground. It seems as if it fell sideways and then crumbled in on itself. So there's no structure to it anymore, but there's a tunnel bored through up until it reaches a partially collapsed tower, but just underneath it looks like this thing had just fallen straight into the ground for some reason, but you're not entirely sure why. Sunny, so Ms. Bacan had not truly explained what was going on here, but the only thing that she ended up telling you about this place was it was a part of a keep for a wizard. He was definitely not quite legendary status, but very masterful with alchemical works. So that was their main focus, and this would be whatever laboratories that would become. So the monsters that she's talked to you about down here, she's like, don't mess with them. We don't understand them.
Okay.
We don't know why they're what they are or why they're still around. But it's been thousands of years, and no one's really come down here because there shouldn't be anything down here salvageable.
Okay.
People have tried. People have died.
We're about to find out.
Yep. So, as you're walking down, there it almost appears to be what used to be a spiral staircase for about a half turn, and then it goes out around in a tunnel that was dug by Miss Pecan back to the spiral staircase again. So you've now gone a couple floors down. And then as you get to the bottom of it, it opens up to a very large cavern. So, and one thing that I'm going to need is the marching order for all of you guys. You know what? I didn't bring a pencil or
Oh, we got you there, but
what are you doing?
Here.
Or
Oh, look
a
at y'all.
piece of paper, if anyone has one that
I can
is
rip you off some.
bearable. Just so
I've
I
got a
have
whole
that written
notebook
down.
on top of my
I've
notes.
got
That was the
pink
one thing I
paper.
forgot. I knew I was forgetting
So
something.
pretty. It's a
Always
pencil and
forget
paper
something,
game.
right?
I would be
Come
I would be happy to be out in front with his Gollin.
Yes,
The two of us should probably lead because we can both see,
Sure,
and
absolutely.
Jeremy's gonna stick close to
are
Ribos.
the most staunch from what I can tell.
Thank you, guys.
Jeremy trusts Ribos out of everybody so far. So.
It is a single file line as you're coming through the spiral staircase. There's not a lot of room for you guys to walk two
Yeah.
abreast. So, Yizgala, Ribos, who's next?
Jeremy.
Jeremy?
I have.
Who is carrying the torch?
I have since passed the torch
I now have
to,
the
There you go.
torch.
and now I am in his pocket drinking.
Gotcha.
Yes.
So any perception checks or anything like that would be a disadvantage while in the pocket.
Understood.
And the count in the back
Gotcha.
with another torch and the heir's body.
All
What
right.
about Miss Pecan? She's with
She
us
is
as
not
well.
in here. She put up a stone wall and prevented herself
I
from getting
thought
through.
you had spoke as her since then. That's why I was a bit confused.
Oh, I'm so sorry about that. That was Yizgalan.
Okay.
Yeah, the
got
whole
it.
time with-
My
with Yizgala.
misinterpretation.
Yeah, the voices are coming slowly.
Fair enough.
It's
Thank you for clarifying.
Oh, giant bullshit.
But yes, Miss Pecan seemed to have locked herself in with the attackers. Well, not locked herself in, but locked herself away from you guys, and then the attackers were there.
Fair.
Sunny doesn't seem particularly concerned, but there's a small gnomish woman. She has magic, but you don't know how many people were around that corner.
Hey, she about
It
to
could be
show
very
what you
dangerous.
She's a tough old lady.
So Yizgalan comes walking through, and she kind of sneaks around and is poking her head around the corner, be like, "Say cavern." And shrugs and starts walking slowly into it. What is the dark vision? 60 feet.
60 feet.
You can't actually see the end of the cavern. You just see more and more open area.
I'll turn to those behind me and say, "Shh, try to move quietly," and I will try to move quietly as well.
Jeremy's going to.
At a
You're gonna feel a
disadvantage.
little touch on you on your back, and just Jeremy believes in you, Ribos,
A
and
little goblin butt tap.
you feel like a little burst of energy and a bardic
I
inspiration.
believe in you
Awesome.
too.
So you've felt
The
energy like
D6
this
right now?
before,
Mhm.
but it has been from your mother's side of the family, and
Aw.
where you're like, it's almost an alien touch
Mm.
in a way because of the connotations that it carries. So you're not entirely sure where this goblin is getting this magic from, but it is abnormal.
Shh.
Good luck, Ribos.
Thank you.
Yep, and go ahead and make an insight as well.
I'll peek my head out of the pocket. Are we there yet?
5
Stealth
total.
checks for everyone else.
Yeah.
5 total.
5 total.
So
for
you're
the
like, be
insight
quiet,
check.
and then he turns around and just
Come on,
like
Santa.
crunches on some sandstone. You're like, damn.
Oh.
And you want an insight check, yeah?
Yes.
Also a 5.
You're distracted by the crunching noise, and you're looking around for danger at this point. And Yizgalan kind of gives you a side eye a little bit, like, and very slowly, he's like, someone can bring the torch, please. Come.
That's a 14 for me. As
Oh,
I,
were you in the pocket?
I had peeked out
Oh.
of the pocket.
Don't worry about it.
And
If you're
asked,
in
yeah.
the pocket, just you're fine. You're not moving. You can't really give away your presence at all.
Oh, but
It's
I.
just this little
yeah.
roll.
Right.
But every time
Fabric moving.
every time I lift my head out, it comes back to full
Yeah, just-
size. So, yeah.
Yep.
Isgalin, what do you need the torch for? I thought you could see.
After a certain point, you can't see anything, but torches go further. So
Not the
with,
torches I usually have.
with if you have that torch out, it gives off a up to the 60-foot dim light thing. But if you have that, you can farther away from you, you can see into that light. See what I'm saying? So you're in your dark vision bubble. You're in your own bubble, but she can't see from your dark vision perspective. She can only
Right.
see from hers. But if you have a torch on the other side of the room, she can see
Sure.
what's in that bubble.
Logical.
Yep. And it's she weighed the options between like, can we stealth through here? No. And I was like, fine, just bring the torch out. If we're not gonna sneak through here, just do it. As everyone kind of comes out, what'd you roll?
14.
14
14.
12.
and 5.
5.
And then so you all don't feel particularly stealthy. Some of you more than others, that kind of thing.
This
But
don't
it's-
feel right.
Yeah, what you gonna do? It's an alien feeling being in a room where you can't see the end of, or the ceiling for that matter. It's you can see it start to climb up and then nothing, darkness. Even with the torchlight, you're the 60 foot up, you're like, nothing, can't see a darn thing.
Dang.
Here, someone pass up a torch. Pass the torch.
You and Yuzgalan have been in here, by the way. You know that on the other end of the cavern there is a doorway. Forgot to mention that. Sunny, you have also been down here.
Okay.
Although it's creepy. So there's, the curiosity only brought you so far, and there was a doorway that she has always told you never to go through,
Okay.
and was very sincere about it. So to the point where she's like, that's one of the rules. And then for a fake creature like yourself, having one of the rules is she kind of invoked that a little bit of if you do that, you'll be cursed kind of thing. But now she's giving you permission. So in theory, it should be fine.
If I remember correctly, there should be a door directly across this cavern. I think
Just-
that's where we saw that ooze in the stone man.
Ooze?
Yes, it was I'm not sure.
Oh,
It
Jeremy,
moved
like.
in a blob.
Oh,
Oh, that's no bueno.
How come we're not moving, guys?
No bueno.
Why are we just
We're
we standing here?
contemplating.
And I'll fly out of the pocket.
Isgalin, do you just want your own torch? I have a few more.
Might as well.
I
I have a
sling my
spare.
backpack, pull one out, light it, and hand it to her.
So there's 3 torches now, and Walgrim's like, so are we going?
I think I
Yeah.
think I kind of remember in here. There's a door. Where'd you say over
I
that
start
way?
walking across
Yep.
the cavern towards where I
And it's
remember the door being.
It's almost directly in front of you. It's off to the left, just slightly.
Okay.
But as you guys come up to it, you do see that whole wall. It looks like this was part of the cavern that they just put up a stone wall in here. This cavern was already here before, and then they just built on top of it. And the tower seemed to go into the cavern, but then had since collapsed. And then in theory, it's because there was a cavern underneath of a building, and then some explosion happened, or something happened where the ground shifted and then crushed into the ground. So it's no dwarven make over here. The doorway that is there is an iron door, and from what you can remember, very rusty. So it's noisy when opened, so it was opened very slightly and then shut again. But luckily it didn't alert the creatures. But you do know that this will be difficult to try to sneak on through.
Well, this is going to be louder than we want it to be. And I push the door open.
What? It sounds like it went to go like almost say some strategy and that kind of thing, and then Ryan goes, and it opens towards you.
I pull it open then.
Yeah, and it's silence.
I shudder a little.
Ribos. She just shakes her head. She goes,
We haven't had much success with being quiet thus
"That's
far.
fair."
I'm not trying to
See-
be overly obnoxious, but
Are we
Takes a
sure
couple
that this
steps.
is
we
the
need
only
to
door?
move forward.
Everyone make a perception check.
Ooh.
actually, no. Passive perceptions. That's the thing that I can
That's a
do.
leaner.
Sorry.
Ah, yes. It is.
Oh, never mind. We'll do the perceptions because I feel like a dick now. That was my fault.
11 is my passive.
11.
That's appropriate.
8.
4.
4.
Total of 22. Nat
You
20.
hear
Santa's
a
not doing
grinding noise, almost like metal on stone, but coupled with.
That's a little better.
You've heard similar things, kind of. There are very large frog creatures in the Feywild that, as they don't like when they're growing up, they're tadpoles, but they're man-sized, and so they kind of slither on the ground with little legs, and it's a similar noise to that, which is alarming. But then there's also like this metal scraping noise accompanied with it,
I fly up a little higher.
and
Just
then
kind of.
you also hear a.
She the only one that hears this.
What was the next highest one? 11?
You said passive, right?
Yeah.
11.
No. Sorry, just your perception, because you rolled
Passive
it.
perception, yes.
No, regular perception, because I fucked up.
Oh, I didn't.
Oh, did you take a picture of that, by the way?
Oh, I didn't. But
Okay.
it's still there.
Put- yep, sweet.
Funny enough, it's still 11.
Yeah, there you go. I don't believe so. 4 and what was yours?
8.
8.
Yeah.
No, yeah. So everyone was just very quiet and just listening to each other breathing and the torches burning off.
I'm gonna
this-
fly down
Mhm.
to his belly.
And
Does anybody else hear that? And I'm gonna go about 3 feet above everybody's heads
Sure.
and look around.
all right, so you kind of fly up and look around.
I can't
and
see anything, you guys. It's
You
really
do end
dark.
up hearing. Everyone, go ahead and roll initiative.
You can fly.
She can fly.
She can fly.
Just for I don't have wings.
Come
I'm
on.
hovering.
Big rolls.
Just-
Oh no.
Not that big.
Oh, you.
It's Jen.
I was like, oh no.
She's coming here to razz us.
Oh no.
Perfect.
By the way, you can come by and see us in person. Hi.
We love
There's somebody
Jen.
who came and saw us in person. All right. So give me a moment because I have to. Sorry about this. I wanted to draw this beforehand, but I stayed up till 4 a.m. trying to make these token things.
Like
So,
I can
priority
see
part.
you have to draw this.
Yes. Yeah. This would be a good time if you have to use the bathroom. Go right ahead. Or if you guys have anything else you want to talk about while I set this up real quick.
I would like to talk about these delicious beverages that we are able to procure from the Raven Cafe in Port Huron, Michigan. Just a few doors down here from Border Keep Games.
Empty. How delicious.
And they do have a relationship with the Raven, so if you get a beverage or food from the Raven, you're welcome to bring it into Border Keep while you hang out here and play games. It's an awesome place.
Yeah.
Those really good at those persuasion checks, so you better come in.
Don't make me get into the intimidation.
Yeah, you don't want to see him intimidating. No.
What the fudge, man?
I feel if I don't take this advantage to use the laboratory that I'm going to need to before the break actually happens.
Oh, yeah.
Pardon me, sir. Excuse me. Pardon
yeah,
me.
give me a
Pardon
moment.
me. Pardon me.
And we
Sorry,
also get to
sorry.
indulge in all of the Border Keep awesome food and beverages that they offer too. So don't feel like, it's just the Raven. They have awesome stuff here for snacks and all your gaming purposes. So
Yeah, isn't
get in on it.
Lefty's bakery?
Was that just for the sweet stroll? I
I-
wasn't sure.
oh, is that what it was?
Okay.
Who's doing the baked goods? And you
That
remember,
was Lefties, but they, I think it was just for
was it just that? I
I
thought he was
think.
trying to set it up to be a regular thing.
Maybe. Stay tuned. There might be awesome, delicious baked goods here. We'll figure that out though for you.
Getting some good goods.
Some good goods. That's what the kids are saying nowadays.
Don't
Dang,
mind
hoodlums.
All right. Because I have to bear with me on this whole map drawing thing. Oh, right. That's why that's not doing what I want it to. There it is.
Trash.
Yeah, isn't that you on there? Trash.
Yeah.
Trash.
All right, hand-drawn map by me. Oh, that's not a hand-drawn is not a fun adjective right now. It's it's a rough one.
I think one of mine, I don't know if it's a Twitch name or something like that, but I think it's Tasha's Cauldron of Garbage. I love it so much.
Tasha's Cauldron of Garbage.
Yep,
That's amazing.
that's my.
And I put you guys on an angle, so that'll be fun.
Hey, saucy.
Makes moving that more complicated.
Yeah.
That much more complicated.
Yeah.
Oops.
Up the difficulty.
I'm gonna send these to Sharice.
You guys have all been playing for long enough. So actually, go ahead and talk about a little bit how long you guys have been playing stuff. We'll start over here and end with Bill.
Yeah, no. I have been playing now for 3 years, and actually, Bill and Missy were in our OG group, so we all started around the same time. Obviously, been playing for a little longer, Bill over there, but for the most part, we started an OG group, and about 3 years ago that we all played in. That's when I started playing. So 3 years ago was Tasha.
I hated D&D. Thought it was the worst thing in the world. Finally got talked into it. Almost took my ball and went home because fuck you guys and trying to learn D&D and never playing role-playing games ever in your life. And now I love it. 3 years, same.
Yep.
What she said.
Started
Yeah.
together.
I've only been playing for 2 years. 2 years. I got into it because mostly everybody in the theater was talking about it.
Oh yeah, sorry about
And-
that.
No, I mean,
Sorry to introduce you to
I
an
was
awesome
cool with
game.
it. I have no issue with it, you know. My
What's everybody
first
doing?
character, oh my god, my first
D&D.
character was terrible though. I didn't know what I was doing.
What'd you make?
I made a half-orc ranger.
Hey, there you go.
Sounds fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know how to do the whole stat thing, so I gave him like, I gave him a proficiency in, what is it, intimidation, but I gave him a negative.
Oh yeah.
You used charisma was your dumb
Yeah.
stat.
Hey, there you go.
Oops.
That's right. One of my favorite
I've
things
done worse than that.
to do is tack on, like if they're buff and they're trying to scare somebody by smashing something and then
Yeah.
intimidate. Yeah, you can use your strength. Fuck it. Why
Well-
not?
What was your character's name? Your first character's name? Because I bet you mine's better.
It was Oznog.
That's a
It's
great
really good, though.
name. That's real good.
Osnog. That's a name.
Mine was Summer's Eve.
Time
to freshen this shit
up.
Barbarian.
The catchphrases were just
Wow.
That's the best.
Yeah, you're welcome
First
for
time
that.
I played was 11 years ago now, and I was the DM.
Oh wow.
That's an
Yeah.
interesting way to
Balls.
start.
Right.
Started, man.
Bill, you've been playing for quite some time too.
Quite some
Yeah,
time. Longer than
I
I've been
got
alive.
into D&D when I was a teenager, and actually, I wanted to get into it before, but I couldn't find anybody else who played. So it wasn't until I was about 14 or so that I found one other person at that time who happened to know a couple other people, and we started playing with some regularity. So at this point, it's been 30 years. So
Old ass
Not
man.
fair.
Record.
I've played a few games, but it kind of makes it difficult in some ways at the same time because I've played every version of D&D throughout the years. So
Oh.
keeping the rules straight of
Yes.
what particular version we're playing at the time can be confusing because I still remember rules from 30 years ago
Yeah.
that are just locked in my
Thaco
head.
and all
Yeah,
that.
Thaco
Yeah.
and everything.
It's
Yeah.
was that first or that was second edition stuff? That when
I believe Thaco originally was in
Was
first
the-
edition, but it
was
was
the
carried
first
over to
Thaco?
second,
Right,
and it wasn't
well,
until
I mean, first and second are they're pretty. pretty much
did they have it in third too?
No, I don't think they had
Is that
it.
when
I
they
think
did away
cut
with it? They went
Yeah.
to a straight D20 system
I got
with
involved-
no real strange math.
3.5
excuse
is
me,
when I got
goodness
involved.
gracious.
Are you okay?
But it was already out for a while, and then all the supplemental books to the point where it was just a fucking mess. But that's how it goes. All right,
Like for
all right.
clarification though, he's the best person to learn with because I can be like, I don't remember the thing. He's like, page 42.
Yep.
God damn
That's
it,
the
Bell.
one.
Thank you.
All right, and we're gonna switch over to the battle map because that's the thing we have now.
Battle.
Battle map. Battle map.
Here we
There it
go. Here we
is. If you don't
go.
mind, will you zoom in for me?
Oh boy.
My production team, which is also the players.
How's that? Is that good?
We do it all. I'm just
Oh,
Yeah.
that's weird that it's
Yeah.
not.
Didn't zoom on yours.
I just take
Nope,
some
not
credit.
zooming
I
on
show
mine, but
up.
that's okay.
Yeah.
We can
Right,
figure
I'm
something
here.
out here. So, if you guys don't
Not
mind, will
late.
somebody write down the initiative order from for everybody? I'm going to go back into the no battle thing and adjust some stuff on the fly, because I can do that.
Do it.
Here.
Did we call for initiative?
Yes.
Well, he said roll, but I don't think we ever shared our
Okay,
results.
they do.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
thought maybe it happened while I used the restroom.
Nope. So whoever wants to go ahead and do that.
Mine was 11.
No, who is anyone? Are you writing it down?
I
Anyone write it down?
was.
Cool. Sweet.
I got 12.
That'll work. I just needed somebody to.
Shkaba.
I got 9.
Okay, and how do you do ties and initiative?
Dexterity modifier.
Okay, so just your your dex, your mod.
Yep. Or sorry, dexterity score really is what I mean, because if somebody has a 13 versus a 12, it's the same mod, but
Oh,
different
yeah,
number.
that makes sense. I have a 14.
Okay, I have a 16.
All right, so you go
You
before
win.
me.
Damn.
I do I get a little loosey-goosey with that too. Is if you're on the same initiative, if one person wants to go before the other,
I like that idea too.
it's
Like
just
I'm not the fighting
combine
type.
efforts for strategy.
Right.
kind of thing.
Okay.
Because you guys are going at the same time, moving at the exact same time. I mean, the round is only 6 seconds, and everyone kind of moves at the same time. But if you start off on the same foot, and one of you guys are like, "Yeah, you go ahead."
No, you
Yeah. I need window capture. That's the one I needed.
So
That's why it
is
wasn't
the
in.
blade icon is Gala?
The blade icon is Izagala. The fist icon is the Count.
The count, yeah.
The count's carrying the body, yeah?
Mhm.
Correct.
Okay.
Just give him the body.
You know, in a pinch, it's a two-handed great club.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
It's already dead.
Yeah,
My computer is not liking me.
Be better, computer.
Today is gonna be the day that I throw this thing across the room. You're welcome. I sing talk more than I actually speak.
Yeah?
I spend a lot of time by myself.
How
I
bard
sing
of
talk
you.
most things. Oh, shut it. I don't want to play a bard.
Birds are fun.
Yeah, they're a good
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, birds are pretty cool.
Someday.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a
actually-
really big decision not to have an instrument and just do that whole thing. So this is a big
Yeah.
twist on that thing, but
I'm interested to see how the College of Eloquence plays out.
yeah, me too.
All
I was
right.
like, I'm gonna make this so hard on myself. This sounds great.
That's perfect. You're doing
Yeah.
great. I like
That's
the
good.
College of Swords is real fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking hardcore. So it's good.
Or is it College of Blades?
What would a dagger
Swords.
Transition to
Damage
D4.
wise?
Yeah.
It's 1d4.
do? Thank you.
All right,
Plus
and
any
there we go.
strength,
Map.
strength or
It's up.
dexterity bonus.
There we go. So now we'll use them in, please.
It's a versatile weapon.
If you don't
or
mind.
a
Sure.
finesse weapon rather, so you can use your dexterity as opposed to
Okay,
strength.
so the,
Oh,
okay,
that is
understood.
really weird that it
Thank you.
doesn't automatically do it.
Yep. That was great.
I don't want to be here anymore. No, but I like want to be here. I was just, you guys, okay.
It's the old joke.
It's okay.
I don't want to be here. Yes, I do.
That's such an old, oh my gosh. I don't even remember who it was, but somebody was in the back of a car just drunk. And they were like, I don't want a beer. And we thought they just wanted a beer versus I don't want to be here. Or was it the other way around?
Yeah, it's
All
hard.
right.
I don't
So
remember.
it's going to be, for everyone at home, it's going to be you should be able to see, for the most part, what's going on the screen. However, there's an alternative way that we are doing things today. And so not having that second display ends up goofing some things. So we'll have to figure that out. That's fine.
Alrighty.
Anywho, so
Let's do
who's
it.
first up in initiative?
Sunny.
Sunny.
Big hitter.
All right, so Sonny, you hear these the footsteps of these stone feet crunching onto the ground as they come walking up out of the doorway. So in front of you guys on that screen, there's the two red lines. That is the open door, and next to where Ribos is, that is where the door has swung open. If you guys need to move anyone, feel free to use that mouse and that kind of thing to move wherever you're going. There's a couple different features on there. One of them, you can put a little cursor thing in there. Little fella.
Fancy.
You can also measure things, and that way that
This is how I
won't
shoot
show up
my
on your guys' screen. Or it'll show up on yours, but not anyone else's. But anyway. Sonny, what would you like to do? You see this stone man come clambering out of this doorway, hands out in front of it, with a low, grinding moan almost.
Oh, I can't see very well up here, but I can see that.
There-
I'm gonna fly.
There's definitely enough torchlight around in the area that you can see with bright light at this point.
And I will fly back down into his pocket and start scrapping around in the pocket looking for my booze that I left in there.
Whoa.
Okay, no. All right. So next up,
Next up is Jeremy.
Jeremy.
And Jeremy is going to look at the stone clambering, and she's going to open her book and look at the stone and say, "Statues shall turn to dust." And vicious mockery. That was a terrible mockery. I had
Wonderful.
something planned out, and then I lost it. So
You
there's that. You will turn
Dusty
to dust.
stone.
I was like, what shit do you have at level 1? Damn.
Disintegrates.
That's what I was thinking.
Hopefully it loses
Consider-
confidence in its ability, I guess. That's where it's gonna go.
There's like
Proud
a
of-
shaped
proud of
stone
her.
thing. Where you're-
She's so great with words.
I mean, I was convinced.
I'm proud. Okay.
I was like, shit.
She's going somewhere hardcore with this.
Alright, so it's a wisdom saving throw.
Yes. For it, not you. I don't know why you're rolling.
Oh, it's my D1 of psychic damage.
Oh, got it. I was like, what you doing there?
Well, you know,
What is your spell save?
spell save is a 14.
14. It failed.
Nice.
So if I remember correctly, it has disadvantage on its next attack.
Yes, and it takes 2 psychic damage, so you see kind of Jeremy stumble on her words, and she's like, "Ugh," and it just like looks at it, and it kind of stalls for a second, and then it's like, boop, and it just like activates.
So you do see it hit and then just wash over it. Doesn't seem to cause any damage. It does do the disadvantage on the next attack, but no
Okay.
psychic damage.
Yep,
It doesn't
and
seem to have a mind.
Jeremy is going to run behind Skaba there. Yep.
Oh, I like to
There?
do this thing where I take monsters and I fuck with them. By the way, to prevent any form of metagaming at all. So you have, I could tell you what the monster is, but then things change enough where you're like, wait a minute.
Fair.
You're the
like
DM,
that.
man.
The last thing that Jeremy is going to do is whisper behind Skaba, "You can do it. Jeremy believes in you. Use all your strength and might." And bardic inspiration for you.
By default, since I'm attached to him, does that bardic inspiration?
Yeah, good try.
No.
Yeah, I like where you're going there.
Good try.
And that's my turn.
And
And then
then-
it is, yep.
Me?
Right, boss?
All right. Ribos will step up into the doorway, or in
Yeah.
front of the doorway, as to bar it as much as possible.
Get him, Ribos.
And I will ready an action
Ready in action? All right.
to use my attack action when an enemy comes within range.
Sounds like a plan.
I will bash my spear against my shield. Come to me. Let's have it.
Alrighty. Let's
I'm
see
scared of
here.
my own teammate. Oh god.
Who's next?
Skaba.
Shkaba. Oh, do you have anyone else on there? Like the other people that
I
are
didn't
standing
get
around?
any of the other
Yeah.
No,
ones.
they are going last.
Okay, yeah. So,
What about these other characters we got going on here?
I didn't have that information.
They're
Yeah,
useless.
Not given.
Go ahead and run through the numbers for me.
I got Sunny at 12, Jeremy and Ribos at 11, Jeremy first, and then Shkaba at 9.
Thanks. Cool.
From my newfound position, can I see anything else other than the stone man?
Well, you do see the snowman, and you see another figure behind. So the two shields are stone men, and past that is the ooze. There's a little too much commotion to see anything more going on back there, but that's kind of what you see for now.
Thank you.
Yep. You do see that the room isn't very large. It's not too far across. 20 foot across, and then you're not entirely sure how wide.
Oh yeah, just got
Other
one.
than you can look
D6,
at the map,
just
but
in case I
that doesn't
didn't
count.
say. Okay, good, yeah.
All right. Now it is Shkaba. What are you doing?
Well, since it looks like I'm the little person handler here, would I have to drop the torch to
Midget whisperer.
to ready my bow?
Yes.
Okay.
But it's
so-
easy enough. You just drop it on the floor, pull out your weapon as the object interaction as part of your movement, and then you're able to attack.
Would I be able to hand the torch to Sunny, and would she be able to just hold it out of my pocket?
Somebody could pick it up off the
Or-
ground, but if she holds a torch in front of
Okay,
your
it's
face,
too heavy for me.
well, no, it's not even that. It would be a torch in front of your face as you're trying to shoot a bow. Like it wouldn't. Really,
this. I got this.
You'd be terrified of your feathers burning. It'd be a mess.
Okay, so yeah, I'm just gonna drop the torch. Okay,
Sure.
because the guy next to me has one.
And it also functions anyway. So you have a torch on you, and then and actually, you know what?
His
What I'm gonna
gallon
do-
has one.
Oh, yeah, okay,
And
yeah,
so
yeah.
does the count.
Yes, lots of people have it. So I'm going to put a little indicator on people with the torches, if my thing would cooperate. You guys can do it too, actually. If you click on one of the pictures
Yeah.
and put click on the fist, which is Count Walgriff, and put a yellow circle.
Label? No, don't want a label.
Nope, it's
Yes,
just the
it
little
is what you
yellow
wanna do.
fellow.
Label would be like.
Oh,
putting
you
the
don't have to
name in,
right click or anything. Just click and
and then
click.
just click it.
Click. Yep, there you go. Boom.
Very nice.
And also on Yizgala,
Oh, sorry, I thought you were
You're
going to do
good.
that one.
mine's a little more
Can we,
pain in the ass to do. It opens
Yeah,
up the
torch on the floor
keyboard for
somewhere.
some fucking reason. So, you know.
You know, things.
All right. So, are you firing?
No, to risk not shooting Rivos, I'm going to hold my action.
Sure.
And wait for somebody to walk out of the door.
Gotcha.
Actually, I'm going to wait for Rivos to hit the first person to come out the door.
Sure. So whoever rivals attacks, you're attacking.
Yes.
Cool.
the red dot's your torch on the ground.
Yeah, there you go. All right, so yeah, we're gonna delegate some stuff here. That works out.
That little
We got-
Yep.
flame.
we got people
Kind of
doing
looks like a
things.
little flame.
This is like,
All
it's like
right.
a piece of meat.
So
Sorry.
as this thing takes a step forward, Rivals, you get you
Goodbye.
can make your attack.
Maybe?
All right, so it comes within range, so I will take my readied action.
This figure seems to be a statue come to life. It's made out of, not a well-made statue. It seems to be made out of sandstone. And so as it comes kind of lumbering forward, you can hear it crackling as it moves. It's together, but it's almost like how the Sandman from Spider-Man, when that oh gosh, which one was it?
Third one.
That's the one. Sure, why not? Where he's together, but then it almost appears that if, there are parts of him that are not attached, but are attached.
Fancy.
All right, 21 to hit.
21 hits.
Hot roller.
4 points of
Let's hit a
piercing
kilometer.
damage. And I will also, because he came in to my range, he
Mhm.
provokes an opportunity attack.
Which requires
so-
a reaction.
Which I have.
No, you just use it for your
No,
ready
I-
action.
No, I readied the action.
Yeah. Yeah, in order to use your ready action, you have to burn your reaction.
Oh, that's different than I have always treated it.
Yep. Yeah,
Okay.
and
Very
I
good.
think
It's the
in
30
3.5 it was different. So that's where the whole rule
Yeah,
thing
see,
comes
yeah.
in.
I thought I was going to get 2 attacks.
Right.
That was the whole
Just
goal
for
of readying
like-
the
Right.
action.
And especially with 3.5, they had with the base attack bonus
do
thing
it
and
untold,
that
yeah.
whole fucking fiasco.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had it set up differently if I remember correctly. But,
Okay.
yep.
All right, fair. So I got, that's all I got then,
Yeah,
because
so
it's not really my turn right now.
smash it in the face. It doesn't seem to do quite as much damage as you'd like, but it definitely hurt the thing.
Awesome.
All right. Next up is other monster. Oh, actually no, Raibo. Raibo's attacked somebody, so that means Shkaba can make an attack.
Correct.
Try to
You
not
also
shoot
had your
you.
readied action.
Yeet. Nat 20.
Hey, there you go. Go ahead and
Take
snap a
that
picture of that.
picture.
Snap a picture of the yeeter.
Ooh, glamour life. Here we go.
Let's make sure we're writing down why we're getting nat 20s, because
Oh, that's a
I
good
almost
one.
Oh,
forgot.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, little note. This tiny guy. We'll remember once you have something.
Shot and arrow.
Shot and arrow. Dig it.
Hit mofo. Got it.
All right, cool. So, yeah, I get sneak attack as well, right?
Yes, you do, because you have an ally next to it.
Dang,
Get 'em.
dog. That's how you do it.
Yep. And house rule of mine. I forgot to mention this. So what I end up having you do is you roll your dice, and you also add in the maximum amount of the dice that you could roll.
Okay, so just roll regular.
Yep.
Then-
So instead of
and then
rolling
just-
doubles, you just pretend that you rolled max on one, and now you're
Okay.
rolling an extra set.
Okay, cool. So basically add
So
12.
and what is it? Were you using a short bow? So a D6,
Yeah.
and then a D6 for your. Or is it 2 D6 for your sneak attack?
It's 1 for right now.
One for now. Gotcha.
Yeah.
So you'd roll 2 D6.
12 altogether. So 12, 24.
There you go.
Dang,
Yeah. Wow. So wait,
dog.
did you just do max damage for that? Or no, because you added in your dexterity, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha. But yeah, hey,
Cool.
still.
Baller, dude.
So
huge
as
shot.
you stab it into the chest, and you're like, ah, shit, that didn't do as much as you wanted. And then the
Push him.
head explodes, and it just crumples into a heap.
I look back over my shoulder and just give you a appreciative grin.
Just dust the shoulder off.
All right. So
Dead.
that one is dead. Oh, that's weird. that it's
Beautiful.
So much for my mockery.
It worked though. It kept it in
I
the
think it
doorway.
inspired everybody else to, be
If I
awesome.
would have had the opportunity
This is
to
what I'm
attack
going
me, it
for.
would have been.
Yeah, I know it,
effective.
right?
Oh yeah. Okay.
Easier
Next
to
up,
jam.
other enemy
Yes.
comes
Dead.
clambering around the corner and walks on top of this, which will be difficult terrain for now, and then comes up to smash Rybos in the face.
And I still don't have a reaction,
Is-
so I will
Your turn
not
yet.
get.
All right.
I won't get my spear in the face.
He's gonna mess with him.
Let's see here.
Where am I cloak?
21 to hit.
That'll do it.
So
Hiya.
Question.
Yes.
I believe there was an alternate bard rule where you could use the inspiration
More
to
levels.
decrease the enemy's attack roll.
Oh yeah, isn't that
But-
part of Tasha's thing?
Oh,
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
I don't know
I
if
think
Tasha's with
it's
me.
Would you like that
another
up if you don't mind?
level.
I'm just curious because I do have a dice.
Yes,
I,
I do.
I have an
You have to-
inspiration.
It might be third level.
Third or
Okay.
second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so
I don't
it's
think-
not
I'm
yet.
gonna look it up right now though. So.
For
Most-
now,
most
7
of-
damage.
That'll do. Oof.
So
Ow.
as it
Oh,
comes
I
up
could,
and-
like all but cripples me. I go almost to one knee and stand back
So,
up.
as it swung its fist, it was slow and monotonous and just boom. But as it connected it, it hit your shield where you picked it up. You're like, ha, got it, no problem. And as it hit the shield, it smacked you in the head. And you're like, holy crap! And just it got blown away by the force behind the very, very slow punch.
You didn't see that coming.
All right. Next up is Yizgala, who will come over and take her sword and start slashing at the back of its head, kind of thing.
Big hits.
That hits. And let's see here. That misses.
Oh.
All right. And she has a longsword. She's also as she's pulled out her longsword, she threw the torch behind her, holding the longsword in both hands and coming down to swipe. As she comes through, she lops off one of the arms of this creature, which falls and crumples onto the ground. It is still up and moving, and it kind of turns around as if it's going to whip out and punch with the other fist towards her on its turn. Count Walgriff is like, ah! Ah!
As
kind of moving backwards with the torch.
I don't like your hair.
I don't want to be here. I don't want to.
He's got 15 foot of movement, right? So there.
Okay. Next up is Sunny. Nope, I'm sorry. Other monster.
Monster number
They
3.
all like go in a row there. Apparently, that's one of them rolled a nat 20, and then the others rolled a 2 and a 3. So it's like, oh, okay, well,
It evens out.
All about balance.
It's gonna come over on this side here. So wow, that is not doing what I want it to, is it?
The day in general.
No, yeah.
Oh, he's able to get through that space?
Yes, he's. So this is an
Oh,
ooze.
because it's the ooze. I got you.
Crumpling
Ew.
through and that kind of thing. So for some reason my my map on here isn't loading
How do I hit it? Ooh.
correctly.
Oh, there goes trash can.
Pardon people at home, we're just getting all this set up. There's a better way to do this, but we've just ran out of time and technology.
We're figuring it out as we go.
Yeah, we switched all of our computers today, that was a blast.
Good times with technology.
All right.
And that being said, if any of you out there would like to be part of our tech support team, we will be taking applications at any time.
There it goes. All right, it'll load up.
We'll also just be taking technology if you have.
Yeah,
Fair,
that's
fair
stuff lying
All right.
around.
So as this thing kind of it goes through and it seems to almost pick up the chunks of the fallen comrade and put it onto itself,
Gross.
move it about, and then spit it off onto the sides as it comes up and almost reaches up to smack his gal upside the top of the head.
It's got a reach. It's funny.
And as it goes to punch, it almost catches something, like it looks to the side, and then stops attacking and falls to the ground, and then kind of rolls forward a little bit. It rolled a natural 1. It got distracted by something else.
Oh, you're bad.
So
Torch?
as it, Yizgala doesn't have a whole lot of equipment on her. She is wearing light leather armor and that kind of thing. Does have her weapon on her, but other than that, very plain. So this thing, it doesn't have eyes, it doesn't have a face, but it does kind of perk up at Ribos, almost.
Ooh.
Yep.
Likes you.
No bueno.
So Yizgala puts herself in between and she's like, are you okay?
I'm a little woozy.
Sunny.
Just like trying to keep my shield up.
Give her a level 1 weight, like,
Yeah, these don't hit light. They can fuck you up.
Wow, what is that? And I poke my head out of the pocket. And like, is that stone? And I start brushing the stone off of him. And I will look over in the direction and oh gosh, so both of I still have line of sight on the other stone dude, yeah?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
They're just behind other people, so they would have a +2 to their AC for ranged stuff.
Why is
But you can, because they're in the doorway,
Mhm.
fly up high enough to attack from an angle.
All right. I would be about line or like eye height with him, so that I feel like I'm part of the group and not.
Right.
Sorry.
There you go.
And I'm going to throw a dart at the stone guy.
Alrighty. Go ahead and make your attack.
Big hitter.
That's,
I imagine that it's like bar darts and not like true darts.
Oh my God,
She
yes.
just
Yes.
okay.
Stole them from the taverns throughout the.
right. Lucas is like, why do my darts keep going this
Oh
way?
my
I'm just gonna go ahead and note that.
That's a thing.
Bar darts.
Totally.
Okay. So 12 to hit.
12 to hit. All right. That does not hit. Well, I mean, it does actually, weirdly enough. So it hits, but it doesn't seem to do anything. It just lands into its skull and it keeps fighting.
That's great.
These are just normal movement here. These are 5.
Yes.
moves, okay.
Exactly. Yep.
So
Standard grid.
I will pull out my Ikawa, fly up to the stone guy, and just smash him right in the face.
All right.
Hopefully, bonus action from my unarmed strike.
Okay. So the unarmed strike portion of that bonus action would be a foot, a fist, that kind of thing.
Or any monk weapon.
Oh, is that? Oh, I must have misread that.
I have
Yeah.
several times.
Always gotta leave
And
it in.
Ikawa is, in fact, a monk weapon. So that is 25 to hit.
25. That hits.
Big hitter.
That is 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 damage.
Big damage.
11 damage.
Yep.
All right. So as you you come over and it doesn't seem to do as much as you'd like because it doesn't. When you punch a hole through it, it just punches a hole rather than crumbling it
Yeah.
anything. So, but as you stabbed it through it, it seemed to just split and then start to crumble apart as it's trying to move and punch, but just crumples onto the ground, dead.
And then I use the rest of my movement to move the fuck away from the ooze.
Where you want to end up? I don't know how much movement.
Yeah, back by the group's great.
That good?
One more
she has
space.
plenty.
One more straight
Yeah.
back. Yeah,
Yep.
I know. She's a monk.
Yeah. Wherever you want to be, it's fine.
Over here? Great. How tall are these aliens? Great.
Fantastic.
All right, next up is Jeremy.
Jeremy's kind of peeking out of the wings of Straba and sees Ribos just get knocked right in the face, and Jeremy's like, Ribos, no! And flips in her book and, may my words heal your wounds! And use healing word.
Awesome.
Yeah, I misread that the entire time I played 5th edition.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
me
shit.
too.
Yeah.
Apparently, because
Right.
I wasn't going to interject, but now that we're talking about it,
Right?
I
Yeah.
always thought that was just part of what can trigger the unarmed attack. You can attack unarmed
Right.
or with a monk weapon,
Right.
and then get your unarmed strike.
Yeah. I think I missed out on it several
With the
times
others?
because I was like, oh,
Oh, actually, no. Yeah. All right. So this is the exact wording. When you use the attack action with an unarmed strike or a monk weapon on your turn, you can make one unarmed strike as a bonus action.
Okay.
Right.
So-
So it is a matter of the triggering
Yes, the
attack.
trigger is monk weapon. So the
Understood.
darts would be a monk
Oh, so
weapon.
I did ring it. Okay, great.
So then you can kick them in the face, and
All
then, and actually, weirdly enough, when you do that, it not only damages the thing, but it does a lot more than it should have.
Oh.
You come flying through, crumple it. You're like, okay, and then come flying back out.
Superman punches.
Nice.
Uh,
The damage would have wouldn't have been much different because I rolled.
No, it
high,
would have been
yeah.
double damage. 'Cause- Yeah.
Oh.
Vulnerability.
Nice.
Bludgeoning.
You get 6 hit points back.
That's almost everything that I need.
Yep.
All
And
right,
then,
that's table talk. Bad
Jeremy's
Bill.
gonna like flip the pages, like lick her finger and flip the pages back to where she was at, and she's gonna look at the stone. She's like, "You can do better this time." She's like, "You stone people are no match for the mighty force of my party."
Both stone people are dead.
Oh,
So-
I was like, I'm gonna just look at it. I don't even know what I'm fighting. So they're dead. Okay, that's because they just got dead.
Yes.
And then there's
love
who's
you.
left? Is that what it is?
Yes.
Who's?
Ooh.
Okay, you slimy pile of booze are no match for me and our party. And this is
Nothing
not
but an
great. I'm
unstable
gonna get
molecule.
better at this as we go, guys. But you're gonna have to just love me out now,
Yeah.
just doing this. So go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw.
All right. Sounds like a plan.
Bars are-
It fails, but it does not take the damage.
Okay,
But
perfect.
We don't
that's
want any
next attack.
sage
Actually, hold on.
Disadvantage.
No, this is a different creature.
Yeah.
Ah!
Hold on.
You see a
This
bump.
one I
I
didn't
might be
change.
able to do some
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead and
damage.
do the damage.
3 psychic
3.
damage.
There you go. So, and you see it warble, just almost like how
Jello.
magnetic slime. That
Oh,
kind of thing.
yeah, nice.
It starts to almost like it's in pain.
All right.
These things have a mind, but the other thing didn't.
Sweet.
Weird.
That's great.
That is all for Jeremy.
Okay. Next up is Ribos. Make a
Stab.
Constitution save.
Stab this booger.
Save.
Yes.
All right, that's going to be a 19, sir.
You feel there's as you got hit, there's a stiffness to you as you're kind of like moving through it and all that, but you're able to keep your wits about you and keep fighting. But yeah, it's you succeeded.
Awesome. Jeremy, thank you. I will not waste this blessing, and I'll attack the ooze.
There you go.
I will use my inspiration die.
Yes, one inspiration per person. You can only use it on
Bardic
yourself.
inspiration.
No, that was
Oh,
Bardic
Yes,
inspiration.
I forgot about that. It was also that is a thing.
Yes,
you guys
we
can
have-
use it once per game, but only on yourself.
Oh, understood.
Yeah, you reroll any
19
D20.
to hit.
No passing.
19. Gotcha. Other house rules that I forgot to mention. I think actually
Just
no, I
had
think I
no,
mentioned that last time.
You
Anyway,
did, yeah.
19 hit is a hit.
I can't get off the ones.
Sorry, Todd.
So as you stab this
4
thing,
points of piercing
it was
damage.
way easier to stab at than you would
Right,
have
but
expected. It's
you've
hard.
become
AC is
witness
8.
to it.
Oh,
It doesn't even try to move out of the way. You just. But when you pull your spear back, you do see a sizzling.
oh no.
Ooh. That's
Go ahead and roll a d4.
A D4.
No, I'm sorry. Wait. No, never mind. As you stab this thing through, you pull back a spear without the tip.
oh no!
Right.
It sits flat.
Okay. So you have a quarterstaff.
I can still use
Right.
that. That's
Still
fine.
packs the punch.
I will then use.
It does pockmark the wood as well, but it's not as much.
Very good. I will use my bonus action to bash it with my shield
Sure.
and try to knock it back. I think that's going to be a miss.
Gotcha.
Well, that's a strength check, so it's not a 2
Oh
hit
yeah,
anyway.
yeah,
so,
yeah, right.
so that is going to be a 4 versus.
It does not move. Yes.
Just kind of
Kick at it a little bit.
forms around the shield as I push it.
It's like you know the cornstarch thing where you punch the cornstarch in water and it doesn't move out of the way, but it goes back to liquid.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, that's all I got.
Alrighty. Next up is Shkaba.
I kind of want to get a little fancy here. Would I be able to light one of my arrows on fire using the torch that I dropped?
There usually when you light an arrow on fire, it's not you're lighting the shaft on fire. You're lighting a thing that you put onto it on fire. Usually an oil-soaked rag or something like that. But in the future, if you'd like to prepare something like that, you could absolutely do that.
Okay, okay, all right. Instead of that, I will fly up 10 feet
Sure.
and take a little shot at this ooze going on here.
Alrighty.
Straight up.
And
Forward.
do you no, because you're level 1 and all that, do you have your arrows written down as of right now?
What do you mean? Like how many I have?
Yes, correct.
Yeah, actually.
Sweet. All right, just
Yeah.
keep track of that, and all of the arrows that fly into this thing are destroyed.
Okay.
'Cause
Yeah, I
it's gonna
figured.
eat them.
All
All right.
As per
That's
experience.
why I wanted to light it on fire.
Right.
But yeah, yeah. I'll take a little shot here. That is a nat 1.
Oh, brutal.
Ooh, take a picture of that.
Yeah.
You
Fun
crit
stuff.
monster?
Roll another attack with disadvantage.
That would be a
after
cool
you're
shirt.
done.
Crit monster?
Yeah.
Just add that to
You
my
said
list.
another one with advantage?
Disadvantage.
Disadvantage?
Yep.
Here, we'll
Please
use
give
the
us
same
money.
for-
So far, we got a couple good ones.
Ooh, 16.
Go ahead and roll any dice and tell me if it's odds or evens. Rebels, pick odds or evens.
Odds.
Odds. Odds hit you.
6.
6, so even. So is Yasgala. 16 does not breach her her AC. So wait, actually, hold on. No, it does. It's exactly her AC. I forgot about that. So an arrow. So go ahead and roll damage. Not sneak attack because you're not hitting a
Right.
vital organ or anything like that. You're just hitting her. But that's nat ones for you. I always like that in a little thing. And you just happen to be firing into a crowd of people. So
Yeah.
it's not always you hit your friends, but sometimes you hit.
That's why I wanted to fly out of the way. But whatever.
Oh yeah.
Somebody's going to get hit eventually.
Yeah.
7 points of damage.
7. Oh Jesus.
That's
So
a big hit.
she catches it in the same shoulder she caught the other one. He turns around and goes, "Why?"
It's dark in here. I can't see it really well, you know.
Snaps the thing off and throws it on the ground. All right. Yasgala then pulls her sword out and smashes at the creature on the ground. So both hit, but the first one strikes down with the two-handed longsword, which is where's my D? There it is.
Longsword.
So she does. As she hits it, it kind of cuts the thing in half, and you hear this noise, but it doesn't split in half. It just kind of hits, and then like almost oozes out a more liquidy substance rather than the viscous material that this thing's made out of. Just something in the middle of it. Just yep, it's gross.
It's like a jelly-filled jelly.
Yeah, like imagine like a Gushers, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I had in mind.
Oh yeah. And then she pulls back her sword to swing again, and then the thing as she pulls it back, part of it goes flying off, and she's and reaches down and just starts punching at the thing.
Oh, jeez.
So the second one hit and did 3 damage. So she did a considerable amount of damage punching this thing. But it's for if you're not proficient in unarmed strikes, 1 damage plus strength.
Well, that's one way to exfoliate.
You do see there's a little bit of a sizzle, but it's not too bad. It's not anything too crazy.
She's alright.
No. All right. Next up is monster.
Big hitter. Oh, sorry. Wrong monster.
Quit cheering for the wrong team.
I appreciate your enthusiasm, sir.
Thank you.
Settle down.
Pick odds or evens again.
I will pick odds. Thanks.
We got a 4. All right, so attacking is Gala. This thing goes to almost reach up, and then its form doesn't quite stay together as it's trying to flop towards her, and does not make a distinguishable attack, which is super lucky. All right. I forgot to roll disadvantage, but it rolled a 2.
As
So
long
it's-
as it works. As long as it
Yeah,
doesn't
one
hit,
was a
it's
17, the other one was a 2. So yeah, there you
Fantabulous.
go. All right, and that's its turn. So now we have Sunny.
Yay!
After seeing the it kind of disintegrate their weapons a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and put away my Ikawa,
Mhm.
and I am going to fly directly up to it and start swinging.
Gotcha.
So I will give it a swift punch, and hopefully not lose a hand. Nat 20.
Big
Hey!
Big
Brutal.
hitter.
Is that a 2 for this fight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys, yeah. Brutal.
Big hitters.
2 plus at least.
Don't come
2,
at me for the
1.
landing
Go
on my
1, 1.
tray.
Oh, you're fine.
That wasn't for you. That was for anybody who.
Oh.
I don't care about you, Sam. Everybody at home.
She has limp rollers.
I do. Maybe I could use more.
Like the littlest lint rollers for the dice tray.
You can just get some scotch tape wrapped around your
So,
finger.
Dude, that works in a pinch.
4, 5,
Better
6.
than a lot
So
of-
you're saying
Yeah,
just
that's
double
masking
4
tape.
crits,
You
so
put
6
a
is
roll
my
on your hand
damage.
and it goes-
What did you want me to do for crits?
But you don't like use the thing to dab. You put it in
Oh, I'm
a
sorry.
loop.
So
So
yeah,
it
so
rolls.
rolls.
Yeah. Poor man's lint roll.
Yeah,
That's
right,
great.
right.
You get a
Works
max of
great.
4.
Yep.
I've done that in the car, just like to a
Yeah.
job interview or something. We're like,
Yeah.
Totally.
So my damage is 6 plus whatever you do for crits.
oh yes. So what is the die number that you rolled?
4.
4.
Yep.
For the Ikawa?
Nope, I was.
Oh, for that was for
Yep,
the other one.
I
Got
put
it.
that away.
So
Yep.
4
Hands.
plus whatever you rolled. So it would be 10
So
total.
10. Yep. Okay, great.
So yeah, you come down and slash this thing, and then just start stomping in whatever this ooze is, and it does not seem it stops fighting back, and it stops moving as you just like a little kid smashing grapes with their feet, just flying up and down, just stomping on this thing to the point where Yuzgala grabs you and he's like, "It is dead. Stop!" And it's just dripping with gray.
I start shaking off my shoes. Get off me!
Do you have any metal on you?
Huh?
Do you have any metal on you?
The blade of my Ikawa would be.
So you pull that out, and it's pockmarked and like just falling apart.
Okay.
She didn't
and
attack
then-
it with the.
Oh, no, you
She
didn't.
put it away.
No,
and
no,
went
I
with
put it
bare
away
hands.
Oh, never
intentionally
mind. Yeah,
to
you're
use
good.
my
No,
fist.
no,
Okay,
yeah,
yeah.
you're fine. My
I
bad.
thought you meant on
thought
my
you were saying
person.
that. Yeah, no, on you besides your weapons. That's why when you said your weapon, I was like, I thought you used your unarmed strike.
I did.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Use it all.
It was any other things while you were smashing stuff.
Yep.
It was going to be fully damaged, but it was definitely going to be. So your shield has a little bit of if there's an iron band.
It is
a
iron
little-
banded with shield.
But it's not. You didn't do any damage with it, so it's just a little bit. You can see that it has taken some blows, that kind of thing, but it's nothing too crazy.
It builds character.
And for now, we're going to actually take a break, so then everyone can go use the bathroom, and then we'll come back here and finish this out.
All right.
Sorry, I pee a lot.
How long should we,
Oh yes, thank you. It'll be for 10 minutes. That's the one. But everyone on watching on Monday on YouTube, it'll only be 4 minutes. Just so if you need to know. All right. See you in a bit.
Crack open
Oh, oh, almost. Hold on. welcome back. So, weird thing. The last thing that you guys ended up seeing was we completed the battle with the three monsters, the ooze and then the two other fellows. And then I don't even think you guys searched through the room yet at that point. But we had a bit of an issue where it didn't record stuff. So, all of that.
And we didn't notice till the end.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, that's fun.
After a lot of epicness.
Yes. So we're going to do a bit of a recap as a collective unit here, and we'll describe what our characters had done. We trust us, we rolled. We just, can't show you that we rolled.
So a storytelling session. Here we go.
So as you're standing in this room, it's a 20-foot by 40-foot space, filled to the brim with, not to the brim, but filled into the corners with dry rotted boxes that used to have nails in them. They were seemingly eaten by whatever ooze monster that was. And then Sunny.
Yeah. As I'm frantically looking through the boxes, hoping and praying that I would find some booze, I was unsuccessful, but I did find a very neat little jar, kind of gourd shaped,
Yep.
with metal on the outside but glass on the inside.
Yes,
Is that yeah.
there was a thin layer of metal on the outside, but then a very thick glass something, almost like a glass bottle encased, like dipped into metal, with a flush metal stopper on top, and which looks almost like a cartoonish pear thing or a gourd kind of structure.
Which I now pocketed.
Yes, which the other people do not know about.
Correct.
And then the rest of the boxes were filled with what used to be alchemical supplies and equipment and things of that nature. But the only thing that had survived was glass and, well, stone. Everything wood or organic had rotten away. Everything metal was eaten by the ooze. At the same time, we had Yizgala was patching up her wounds with some sort of homemade salve. Jeremy watched on and was considering using one of her spells, but decided against it, which actually worked out really well in their favor later. We have Ribos was checking out there's a stone door on the opposite side of the wall from where they had came in. That was barred with a large wooden brace with two large wooden struts that came out to hold it. No metal on that at all, with what appeared to be hidden stone hinges. Ribos didn't find anything that was of particular consequence other than this is definitely designed to keep people out of this room. Then we had Shkaba was investigating the other door. Now this door was wooden, but it was filled in the cracks with wax, and it seemed to be almost airtight, which was a strange sight to see. Everything in here is ancient. It was seemingly built when the ruins were built. And then I believe, what was the decision that you guys came to over there?
We first opened the door directly across from where we came in. I removed the bar. With a slight bit of struggle, was able to open the stone
The
door.
heavy grinding sound as this stone door on stone hinges was being pulled open.
And from what I could see down the tunnel, I couldn't really see anything, but then I believe Sunny decided to go ahead and take a torch
I was
and
sneaky.
try to be sneaky, so
Nice.
quietly moving, but
I think
being
that
a
was
beacon of light in the darkness.
Very illuminating.
Not very
Wasn't that
hidden.
one of your natural 20s
Yeah.
in there? Yeah, yes. So there was 4 of them.
So, perfectly silent, but blazing torch in the darkness.
And didn't see anything other than on the other side there was another doorway
Which we did not explore.
at all. Nope.
No, you just came on back, I believe, and then we decided to
Pop open the
go
other
check
door,
the other
yeah.
door out.
What's
Give
the
it a
worst
go.
thing that could happen?
Sunny hopped up into
Yeah, Sunny.
Shkaba's pocket and then went to open up this door here. Shkaba was able to shove it open with effort, which ended up leading to a room with some apparatus and shelves. So a very large corner desk set up into this angular room. A shelf on the right-hand side with all kinds of alchemical files and equipment and that kind of thing. And what appeared to be almost like a distillery thing off into the way corner there.
Ooh.
But as Shkaba came around this corner, pushed open the door. Didn't come around the corner yet. That's what it was. Pushed open the door and heard something.
Yes.
One of these stone creatures came charging around the corner a lot faster than the other ones. Now, the other ones before seemed to be just a very typical commoner-esque statue made of sandstone, while this one appeared to be a very large orc adventurer of some sort. Came running around the corner looking to punch Shkaba in the face. If I remember correctly.
And then I was all like, pop! And then I was like, bam! And he was all, ugh!
That actually works out really well.
Alright.
Describe it in character as if you were like in a bar telling this story. I feel like that would work out really well. Cool. So,
And then I was all, zoom! Your turn!
yes, flew back and told Shkaba it was his turn to fight the next thing that was coming up. So with this one dead, the Shkaba ended up, we'll call it intelligently, flying around the corner
Yeah,
and
I did.
seeing what was happening here. One of the stone creatures was falling off the shelf that off to the eastern side and was standing up to charge at the Birdman coming into the room. Another one was on the far side of the room that was looking to run up and attack Shkaba as well. But then standing in the center of the room was this very large metallic adventurer-looking statue that seemed to move with a purpose. Not running, not sprinting, just plodding along, looking to murder whatever the hell came into this room. Shkaba took one look at this, went to smacked at the metal man with his torch, and unfortunately did no damage, but was able to fly away and make it back to the friends.
At this point, the whole time, Ribos was muttering and grunting out of his, to himself. Nobody was sure exactly what was going on there. He kept saying the words "Dokan no Graz, Dokan no Graz,"
Yep.
speaking half in common, half in Orcish,
Yep.
and started just hitting himself and calling himself stupid, and he couldn't do anything and not even able to eat right, and it didn't make much sense to anyone.
But everyone was very concerned at the obvious craziness that was happening there. But coming from, I think, if I remember correctly, you guys were like this?
No, I was standing next to Rivals when he
Well,
was.
Ribos had, and I think Ribos was actually up further because I know Izgala was further behind. I think that's
somewhere around there.
because I know that one this this one did. This one ran up in between here, which Ribos would have gotten an attack of opportunity, but did not have his.
Didn't have a
first
weapon
attack.
out.
And then this one came running out in front of Sunny and Shkaba.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they were
Before
stacked up
that,
on top of each
Jeremy ended up seeing, always being, without a lost words, Jeremy notices Ribos is just like beating on himself, and she's like, you can do it, I believe in you, and trying to get through as Ribos is beating himself up, and,
Yep.
Okay.
and then, that happened. Yes. the monster arrived.
And was this crit number 2 for you?
Oh,
I think that's when that was.
Is this yet, or this is when they were stacked up? I did.
Oh, that's what it was.
It was
Yes.
my turn. I drew my weapon. I swung and missed, but
Yep.
then I bashed with
Yeah,
my
you-
shield, and I pushed both of them over.
Yes, both of them back towards the wall. It would say one of them clambered over a box, the other
Get
one.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Started falling backwards. Then the
Yes.
then the crits.
Then the crits. Yeah.
Yep. I went ahead and smooshed the guy in front of me.
Yep.
Just a quick bop. Was like, hey, take that. And then I was like, really? Your turn. And I gave him a little shove. And as I tried to do that, I got
Oh yes.
fly swatted.
So went to go move out of the space
Yes.
and had an attack of opportunity from
Yes.
the still surviving stone statue. And as she came by,
Oof.
right to the ground, natural 20.
She got Kimbe
She took
elbow.
16 damage and fell
Yes.
unconscious.
I
Three of them.
sure.
Not in my house.
Came back. After that, I think it was immediately No, it was Shkaba's turn after
No,
that.
it was-
Shkaba, took a swing and then flew backwards with the mobility feat. And actually no, you didn't
No,
have to
yeah,
because the
I-
guy was dead. Just flew back and
Yeah.
then fired a
Yeah, fired an arrow
yep.
at the other one.
which just hit and then hung
Absolutely
impotently.
nothing.
So
Sorry.
Jeremy used her healing word onto Sunny. And what
Yes.
were the words that you said there?
may my words heal your wounds. And, yep, try to bring
Stood
Sunny
over her
back and
body.
start kind of spit her to life. And Jeremy, in her bravery, ran forward and kind of straddled Sunny and cast her.
Not like that.
Yeah,
It's gonna
not
look
in
on
a
your
weird
face.
way, in a
Just
very
immediately.
nice saving way. And cast
Yeah.
Blade Ward and made sure that her words protected her against blunt force and trauma. So,
Yes.
and readied herself for impact.
Yep. Rybos, snapping out of his stupor, came sprinting around the corner and was able to swing. He swung his quarterstaff once, then twice, and slew the beast. As
At this point, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Metal
no, I
Man
forgot about that.
was-
Yeah,
Metal
Metal
Man
Man.
was in,
That's
and
it.
Isgalin was.
yes, that's what it was.
toe-to-toe.
Yes, I
She had
forgot about
requested that I assist her, but I was confused and didn't really understand what she wanted. I
Right.
was inspired
That's what it was.
by Jeremy's bravery in protecting Sunny and
So you
went to
brought
their
it on.
aid.
Yep. And so while Yizgala was asked for your help, but then you took off, but Yizgala wrapped the metal man up into almost what looked like almost like a suplex bear hug.
Yeah.
Picked him up and began walking backwards, muttering, "Help me! Help me!" in a feat of great strength and of her Goliath blood, pulled this creature back away from everyone else towards this direction. After slaying this last monster here, Rybos came to help and picked up the other part of the monster and pushed together. They ended up pushing it back to this location here. Sunny retreated back into the lovely pocket of Shkaba, while Jeremy just stood there shaking.
Shaking, but made sure that Rybos had the inspiration to pull the final blow.
But you were able to take out this guy as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
and before.
Oh yes, yeah.
yeah.
As it was being pulled away, it used vicious mockery on.
Yep. I told it its armor is as weak as its spirit, and did quite a amount of damage that Jeremy was not expecting her
Apparently, it
words
was
to
vulnerable
inflict.
to psychic damage. Who knew? As its head kind of exploded outward a little bit, but not quite all the way, almost like a pressurized canister. Just
And then Jeremy told Rybos to finish it off and inspired him with her last bardic inspiration.
yes,
Yeah.
they
which
were
I
able to
did
shut-
use on that.
Oh, yes,
roll,
yes, that's
which,
what it was.
Yeah, took
Yeah.
the total well above 20 and made it
Yep.
pretty much impossible for it to fight back against
Yeah, I don't think it could have rolled high
Isgalin
enough
and myself.
to beat it. Yep. But then you were able to shut the stone door, put the brace back up, and that's where we ended it. And then I looked down and realized that we weren't recording.
You
Yeah,
know,
so-
second session.
Oh, I did it
sometimes.
again?
No.
No, I didn't.
I was Is everyone else sweating?
And that,
I'm sweating.
folks, was the most painful hit of the night.
Yes.
I got one more nat 20.
Yeah, what was it? What was your fourth one?
And that's what ended the
well,
streak.
that was for the stone dude. So I got one for the perception check.
Yeah, I had 3 from the NPCs, and then you had 4
Nice.
from just your.
Yeah.
I had one.
Yep.
Yep,
I
nat
had
20 for
one.
the ooze guy.
Mine was an intimidation against the count.
Oh, yes, again.
Which funny, I think when in
Yeah,
the first session when I intimidated him, I also rolled a 20.
Yep.
Yes.
'Cause he's got to be getting pretty
Oh, yeah.
scared of me on the regular.
Then the other one was just the exploring roll for the glass jar, and
Yes,
then the
yes.
last stone dude.
You're right. Yeah,
Yep.
I
that'll
think
do it.
Jeremy's the only one that didn't crit. No crits here. Base level
Just
awesome.
natural ones for Jeremy.
You did-
Yeah, that's-
No natural ones. I didn't roll a natural 1 and I didn't roll a crit.
You
Or a
rolled
20.
2
So.
the first session?
The first set, yeah. I guess
That's
I
how
had
we
to
started.
recover.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
2 and 2. For the, I think you got a nat 20. You got a nat 20 in the first game. But yeah, all right. So that's our session. We had to go a little bit later, but for you guys, it's going to be a short one.
Yeah.
But so that's how it goes.
Like
So
We're
we'll.
still learning, so bear with us. We'll get this.
Yes, a lot of technology. Actually, we switched over computers, so that was fun.
Trying to make it easier, but
Yeah. What you gonna
Figuring
do?
it out as we go along.
That's right.
We're
Hope you
gonna
enjoyed the
keep
straight
playing
narrative battle.
D&D. That's
Right.
what we're gonna do.
So we will be recording next Saturday here at Border Keep Games. This Sunday, so tomorrow, which for you guys watching on Sunday will be today, and you guys watching on Monday will be yesterday. We'll be streaming. I know that got real
It's all
complicated.
very confusing. It's like a time travel paradox.
And then Monday we will have this up on YouTube where everyone can watch it whenever you want.
The tubes of
you.
Yeah. Oh, and also I'm going to be trying to get this up onto Spotify and Apple Podcasts, but we'll see how that goes.
Sweet.
Yay!
Thanks guys for joining in.
Thank you.
Bye.
Take care.